obviously at 8 o'clock here, we have a better idea of what this has done and what it'll do in the hours to come as it moves northeast.
Yeah, as you point out, it's a multi-pronged storm in terms of the impact. A lot of wind, a lot of rain, but I think the biggest impact, just based on some of the video we just saw there, is going to be storm surge. The storm moving onshore, some of the storm surge levels reaching about 12 feet. That water moving onshore, flooding Marco Island, Cape Coral, around Naples and Fort Myers with just tremendous amounts of rain. You throw in the water on top of that, the freshwater flooding from the potential rain, and then also the high winds as well. Making landfall is a Category 4, technically the fourth strongest hurricane to do so in Florida. Now it continues moving off toward the northeast. And, you know, the sun sets quite a bit of time ago. It's very dark, especially in southwestern Florida. No one probably has any power over there unless they have a generator. And now the system is on its way to Orlando. It's going to be a rough night in central Florida as this large, powerful storm moves their way. And Todd's right. It is a little bit weaker. Right now, 115 miles per hour. And you can see the storm is now not far from Sebring and just west of Highlands County, just west of Okeechobee County. And you can see why the Weather Service the Hurricane Center put Okeechobee County under that hurricane warning. We'll talk more about another warning in just a second. There's Lake Wales as we head toward late tonight, early tomorrow morning. No change in the track, of course. We'll get a new forecast track from the National Hurricane Center coming up tonight at 11 o'clock. But the core of the hurricane right now is not far from Okeechobee County. You see the extreme wind warning. That's this area right here, Highlands County, rushing right up to parts of Okeechobee County. Extreme wind warning, as Glenn explained earlier in our coverage, means winds could be over 100 miles per hour and approaching 115. Here's the radar. We'll put it into motion. Again, there's Fort Bassinger, there's the Kissimmee, and there's that eastern eye wall as it continues to move to the north, very close to Okeechobee County. So of all our counties, the rest of us are doing fine tonight. Really not much doing in Palm Beach, Martin, St. Lucie, Indian River County, but we're watching Okeechobee County very closely. Let's bring in meteorologist Chris Martinez as we continue our coverage. So Chris, take us through the next couple of hours. What can folks in Okeechobee County expect?
Well, obviously we're going to see the increasing winds. We planned on that tonight. And then as we head through the overnight, so you can see there's not going to be much rain, but in these outer rain bands are going to be these gusts of wind that we're going to see move in towards Okeechobee County and then eventually move in towards the Vero Beach area as we get close to midnight. Notice here's what's left of the center of the storm by midnight, just west of Okeechobee City. That's going to move generally over northwestern Okeechobee County as we head through the overnight. So we're looking at an extended period of these tropical storm force winds that are going to really be ensuing late tonight and into tomorrow. That's 5 a.m. And notice these rain bands continue to start to circulate. We're still dealing with the possibility of tropical storm force winds even into Vero as we head through tomorrow afternoon. So we've got about at least 12 hours of those tropical storm force winds with higher gusts in through parts of the Treasure Coast. Want to talk about this real quick. Look at these wind gusts around the west coast. 126 around Captiva, Pelican Bay 112, Naples 105, and Cape Coral 101 miles per hour as Ian continued to move on land just after 3. Let's continue our live team coverage and bring in Jade Jarvis. Jade is live for us in Okeechobee. Jade, just got off the phone with you and really iterating what we've been saying, the wind starting to pick up through Okeechobee County as we speak.
Yeah, that's right, Chris. I mean, you can see just me standing right here. It's taking all of my strength really to not be toppled over by these winds. I've been here since noon this afternoon rather, and we got here and it really wasn't windy at all. It wasn't raining. It felt like a normal South Florida day, but as the day has progressed, these winds have started to pick up, and if Tim wants to pan over, you can see the trees just swaying in the wind back and forth with the force of these gusts. And it is quite dangerous because it is picking things up off the ground and tossing them around. Tim actually got hit by a small tree branch earlier when he was out trying to shoot things with, and for our newscast, he got hit on his cheek with a branch. And also just standing out in this parking lot, I'm outside of a Walmart right now, you could feel like little pebbles and little pieces of dust kind of hitting you in the face. You want to shield your eyes. Just to give you another perspective of what's happening out here in Okeechobee County, you can see there are a bunch of RVs here outside of the Walmart, and we spoke with one of the people who is inside of these RVs. He says that he came here from the Sarasota area trying to escape Hurricane Ian. There are a lot of people here who are doing the same exact thing that he is, and if you can imagine, it's probably even worse on the West Coast. From the winds that we're seeing here standing right now. I mean, I can't imagine how much windier it could get. Like I said, I'm trying really hard not to fall over here, Chris.
And Jade, with that being said, you said it was just, pockets of wind earlier. Now would you say that this is pretty much sustained wind gust that's kind of just happening the entire time as opposed to just little bursts of wind?
Oh, definitely sustained. And we noticed that as we were outside of the shelter that is outside at South Elementary School in Okeechobee, as we were sitting in the car putting together one of our pieces that ran earlier, I could tell the car was rocking, the trees were swaying a lot more. It wasn't just those wind gusts. It was like, oh, okay, this is the storm, really making its way up to Okeechobee County. It was right actually around the time that we got word that Hurricane Ian had made landfall in Southwest Florida. So of course, making its way north, making its way, a little over east here to Okeechobee County, but definitely sustained. If you do not have to be on the roads, if you don't have to be out, I would definitely suggest staying home. I feel like the people here in these RVs are very brave because just in our car, our Ford Escape that we drive, it's rocking back and forth, making me a little bit nervous.
All right, Jade, stay safe out there. Thanks for that great reporting. Again, Jade is live for us in Okeechobee County, where they're starting to pick up on those sustained winds, Mike, that we've been talking about. And you can see from the live shot, the trees are swaying back and forth, and some pretty decent wind happening right now in Okeechobee County.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, at the official reporting station in Okeechobee, Chris and Jade, sustained winds right now about 40, gusting to 60. And I wanted to show you, here's Fort Drum, here's Okeechobee. Just to the northwest, we've got winds over hurricane force near the eye wall, again, as it continues to move into central Florida. We'll continue with more coverage in a couple minutes.